The story the Old Testament has told us is of a creator God who loves his creation, a heavenly Father who loves his children. Influenced by the devil, humankind has chosen to write their own self-centered stories, fracturing their perfect belonging in God's love. Nevertheless, we have learned God cannot stand the distance, and he pursues his lost sons and daughters, planting a seed of promised blessing in the heart of Abraham. Abraham's descendants, God's own special people, Israel, will carry forward the eternal purposes of God. We have discovered at certain moments when the children of Israel are aligned with God's purposes for their lives, they are given a taste of what the fruit of this divine favor they were always supposed to know would look like. But for the most part, God's special people will reject him, and the God story plot unravels in tragic ways God had not intended it to. Ultimately, God will not forget his covenant with his people, but it has become clear Israel cannot save themselves. Something will need to be done. But first, silence.
"400 years of silence in the God story were broken by the cry of a baby boy. On the world stage, empires were clashing with one another, and it appeared the God story narrative had ground to a halt. In this chapter, however, we realize in the fullness of time, the silence is broken, and God will entrust the greatest miracle in history to the care of a teenage girl whose heart was wholly surrendered to him. The Word through which the whole world had been created had truly become flesh. We'll learn how Mary and her husband Joseph will call their new baby son Jesus because he would save his people from their sins. In this chapter, we'll discover how the gospel accounts tell us little about the first 30 years of Jesus' life after the birth narratives. We're left to imagine Jesus rejoicing in his Father's good creation, sanctifying the ordinary things of life as he grows and matures in sonship throughout these early years. Finally, we come to see Jesus' first 30 years culminate in his baptism, an extraordinary event where all of the Trinity will actively be present on earth at one moment in time. Jesus' first 30 years of life are sealed with the adoring words of the Father. "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased."